Definitely, if there's one thing that I'm lacking is experience. I'm gonna try to the best position as possible.
Listen, guys, someone actually helped build his own biggest rival. Yeah, you heard that right. Kimi Antonelli just won the Japanese Grand Prix, the same track where Max was untouchable for years, and Max himself might be the reason Kimi is this good. A rookie with a broken wrist, a teammate ready to go to war, and a mentor who might regret everything. Stick around because this story is wilder than you think. The circuit that tells everything. Okay, so let's start with Suzuka, because this track means everything in this story. Max Verstappen won here 4 years in a row. 4 consecutive years. This track was basically his home away from home. The fans loved him here, the corners suited his style, and every single year he made it look effortless. Suzuka belonged to Max. At least that's what everyone thought. But then came Kimi Antonelli, an 18-year-old kid from Italy, driving for Mercedes, and he just walked into Suzuka and took the win like he owned the place. The same corners, the same track, the same pressure, and Kimi handled it like a veteran. Now here's where it gets interesting, because this win didn't happen by accident, and the reason behind it might actually surprise you. The mentor nobody really saw coming. So let's talk about the relationship that nobody really saw coming. Max Verstappen and Kimi Antonelli, rivals on track, but something completely different off it. Kimi himself said it. Max supports me a lot. If I have questions, he's always willing to help. And this isn't just casual paddock talk. Kimi actually called Max a mentor for all the rookies, and Gabriel Bortoleto even joined him in calling Max the dad of the rookies. Think about that for a second. The most competitive driver on the grid giving advice to the very people who could take his throne someday. And their bond goes beyond F1 too. Both share a massive passion for GT racing, and Kimi literally said racing alongside Max in endurance would be super cool. My honest opinion, this kind of friendship is extremely rare in Formula One, and Max doing this says a lot about who he really is as a person. But it hasn't always been smooth between them. Remember the Austrian Grand Prix? Kimi locked up his rear brakes at turn 3 on the very first lap and absolutely wiped Max out of the race. Both cars retired. Max lost crucial championship points. On team radio, Max was furious, and honestly, who could blame him? But here's the part that really got people talking. After the race, Kimi walked straight to Max, looked him in the eye, and said, "Sorry." And Max? He put his arm around the kid and said, "Every driver has made a mistake like that. Kimi is a very big talent." He didn't hold a grudge. He didn't go to the media and blast him. He protected him. And then at Abu Dhabi, right after finishing his own race, Kimi's first question to his engineer was, how many points did Max lose the championship by? Not about his own result, not about his own position. He was thinking about his mentor. And when controversy hit Kimi after Qatar, Max once again stepped in, hugged him, and told him, "Mate, don't worry." This isn't just a mentor-student relationship anymore. This is genuine friendship built under the most intense pressure in motorsport. The wrist that nobody talked about. Now here's something that honestly deserves way more attention than it got. Kimi Antonelli won the Japanese Grand Prix, but he won it with a damaged wrist. During final practice at the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne, Kimi crashed heavily at turn 2, and the impact gave him a ligament strain in his left wrist. He was literally wearing a brace on his wrist in Japan. When asked about it, he said, "Nothing bad. I can still drive. That's the most important thing." Bro, this kid is 18 years old, racing with a wrist injury against the best drivers in the world, and he still goes out and wins. If that doesn't tell you something about his mentality, I don't know what will. And personally, I think this is the moment where you start to see Max's influence in him. That toughness, that get-on-with-it attitude. That's very Verstappen energy right there. The teammate problem. But winning races is only half the battle for Kimi right now, because he's got a serious problem sitting right next to him in the garage, George Russell. And before you say, "Oh, they're teammates, they'll be fine," ex-F1 driver Jolyon Palmer had a very different take. He said that Russell has a steeliness that will come out if a title is on the line, and that he definitely won't play nice with Kimi the whole way through the season. And look, Palmer raced in Formula One. He knows these drivers personally. So when he says something like that, you take it seriously. Mercedes right now has a clear pace advantage over the rest of the field, which means the championship fight might actually end up being between these two teammates. A teenager versus a proven race winner, both fighting for the same title, both driving the same car. That dynamic is going to get very spicy very quickly, and I genuinely cannot wait to see how it plays out. The Behrman factor. Now, let's quickly talk about something that shook the entire paddock at Suzuka. Oliver Behrman had a massive crash at the spoon corner. He was deploying energy and had to take evasive action to avoid Franco Colapinto's Alpine, and that sent him straight into the barriers at over 300 kilometers per hour. He was okay, thankfully, but it raised serious questions about the new regulations and the closing speeds between cars. The FIA released a statement saying meetings in April would determine whether changes are needed. But while all this drama was happening, Haas team boss Ayao Komatsu was sitting there watching his best driver, knowing that Ferrari could come calling any day. He said it straight, "There's no point worrying about it. I believe in controlling what you can control." And honestly, that's the reality for Haas right now. Behrman is clearly a future Ferrari driver. He's already proving himself in his second season with strong points finishes, and eventually Ferrari will want him back. For now, though, Haas is enjoying the ride. What happens next? So let's bring it all together. Kimi Antonelli won Suzuka, the track that Max Verstappen called his own for 4 straight years. He did it with a bad wrist, with teammate pressure building from George Russell, and with the weight of being one of the most hyped young drivers in Formula One history. And behind all of it, quietly, genuinely, stands Max Verstappen, the mentor, the rival, the guy who might have helped create his own biggest future competition. My honest opinion, Kimi has everything it takes to win a world championship. The talent is clearly there, the mentality is clearly there, and now with Max's guidance, the wisdom is developing too. But here's the question I want to leave you with. If Kimi and Max end up fighting for the same title one day, will Max regret being his mentor? Think about that. And if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button because this season is just getting started.